Hi, everybody. We're back together again and going to have a good exchange today. We're going to be working as we are now with the elements because we've been asked to do that. And also, it's quite a voyage of learning and understanding more our oneness with nature, coming back to harmony and balance with the natural world of which we are a part and to which we really belong. And it's a good feeling to get that sense of being grounded in the natural world again. No matter what craziness is going on in this human world, in this technologically over the top world, still the underpinning of life is the connection with nature and with the elements of nature of which we are a part. So we'll be working on that today. I'll be putting out a newsletter, rather, we will all be putting out a newsletter soon that'll have some of this message in it. Also, on Wednesday, we do at 10 o'clock California time, we have this group that does intensive work with nature, and you're certainly welcome to join that if you want to do that. So you can always get in touch with us anytime. We love to hear from you. And right now, Peggy, who's on the Grandmother's Council, all the councils here today with me, and we may be talking as a council. I'm not sure what the grandmothers have in mind, but Peggy has come up with a song about this working with the elements, and I'd like to ask her to share that song with us because it's one more thing that you can use to keep yourself tuned in to this union, to this sense of balance with all that is, and lift your vibratory rate. So, Peggy, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Um, I'm excited to share this song with you. It's the one and only song I've ever written, but I wanted to give just a little bit of background before I share the song with you. I come from a family of musicians on my mother's side, and I always loved to sing. I grew up singing in choruses and choirs for many years, and singing and dancing were just a part of who I was. And then a couple years ago, out of the blue, I had a serious stroke. The stroke damaged a relay station deep in my brain, and it also affected my balance and my vocal cords. So I couldn't sing at all for many months after the stroke. I could talk, but I couldn't sing. And I could walk, but I couldn't dance because my balance was completely off. So over time, I gradually started gaining ground and building new circuits and making some real recovery. When my singing voice started to come back, it was very unpredictable. So some days I would be singing to myself and my voice would seem pretty normal. And other days, anything but normal. Everything out of my mouth would be croaky. And I started to wonder if that was how a teenage boy whose voice was changing feels, because he never knows what's going to come out of his mouth. And that's how my singing voice has been since my stroke. So when we started working with the elements a few months ago, I started thinking very deeply about how our bodies hold all of the elements, the water and the fire and the earth and the air, and that everything needs to be in balance. And that's when I wrote the song that Sharon has asked me to share with you. So now, as I'm getting ready to sing the song, I have no idea who's going to show up today. It might be the woman who's always loved to sing. And then again, it just might be the teenage boy whose voice is changing. So we'll see. We'll see who shows up. So I call the song Keeping the Balance. you planted? Are you ready to hold? And are you grounded in the depths of your soul? And are you flowing all your water and air? 'Cause you're knowing all the peace that lives there. You got to keep the balance there. The water and the fire and the earth and the air. You got to keep the balance there. The water and the fire and the earth and the air. Are you on fire? From the glow in your heart, your one desire. Hold the world with your love. You got to keep the balance there. Snap with me. The water and the fire and the earth and the air. You got to keep the balance there. The water and the fire and the earth and the air. You got to keep the balance there. The water and the fire and the earth and the air. The water and the fire and the earth and the air. The water and the fire and the earth and the air.
Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Peggy. That's fun. That is fun. You got to keep the balance there. That's great. This is perfect because I was thinking with Sunday coming up, oh, I need to talk about something. I don't know what to talk about. And so, in all my great seriousness, I am feeling so responsible. I'll never get over that, I think. I went to the grandmothers and I said, Grandmothers, how can all of us help harmonize mankind with the elements? How can we help harmonize mankind with nature? How can we do it? And I was thinking, this is going to be hard. Now what? And I hope they give me something new because otherwise it just sounds, it's going to sound repetitive to everybody. Nobody's going to pay attention. Well, they said to me, and I wrote it down, they said, stop right now, wherever you are, and focus on the air that's moving in and out of you right this minute. You're breathing. The air is breathing you. The elements are breathing you. I am thinking, oh, how do we get into harmony? How can we connect with nature? And they said to me, right this minute, breathe. You are connected with nature. There is never a second, there is never a nanosecond when you are not connected. Life, God, nature, air, whatever you want to call it, is breathing you. You don't have to think about, oh, it's time to take a breath now. I took a breath. Did I exhale? I better exhale. We don't have to think like that. It is flowing in and out of us. So just take a moment, maybe close your eyes even, and become aware of how you are being breathed effortlessly. This caressing from nature is ceaseless. It's ongoing. It's holding you, filling you, cleansing, and reviving you every moment of your life. Right now, it's bringing oxygen in, carrying carbon dioxide out, and with the carbon dioxide, waste products. It's cleansing you while you're talking on the phone. It's cleansing you while you sit down to dinner. It's cleansing you all night long while you're sleeping. It's moving new energy throughout your body, unloading old energy so that you're continuously being renewed. The grandmothers say nature is as close to you as breath. You have never, ever been separate from her, nor will you ever be separate from her. And they asked us then to take a few minutes each day, just like we're doing right now, to give thanks for her presence that's moving in to you right this moment. How intimate your relationship with nature is, how continuously personal, and just feel that air coming in as you inhale and moving all the old stuff, old thoughts, old feelings, old energy, carbon dioxide out of you effortlessly as you exhale. She's providing this constant nurturance of you. You live on her, riding her breath, and you live with her always. So feel that awareness of how she's holding you, embracing you, and moving through you right now. And then the second thing they said to me is, what's that under you? What is underneath you? Under your bottom, under your feet, under the chair, under the rug, under the cement. What is that under you? It is the earth. Never can you leave the earth unless you're on water or, for a short period of time on water or going up into the air on an airplane. But even then, what you're sitting on comes from the elements of earth. Always, always, you are connected to earth. Again, you don't have to think about that, it just is. You stand, sit, walk, and lie on Mother Earth all the time. She's always there. And again, we're pretty mindless about that connection, about that constant support. So recognize right now, feel the weight of your body, feel the weight of your feet, and sink down and go ahead and allow yourself to just occupy space and be aware that you are held. You're not having to support yourself. You are held. The gravity of the earth and the earth herself holds and support you all the time. Earth's fruits feed you, her waters cleanse you, hydrate, and give life to you. She's ever, ever generous with you. She never asks for your thanks. She never gives conditionally. Hey, I'll give you food if you praise me, or if you pray to me. She doesn't do that. She just gives and gives and gives. That is the nature of the mother, the nature of the earth. And we, her children, take, receive, but many times we forget where it's coming from and how blessed we are to always be able to receive. So feel yourself occupying space, your body breathing, the waters in you, your blood, your lymph glands, all the waters that move the waste products out of you, all the waters that move the nutrients into you, moving through you. And be aware also of the temperature of your body, how comfortable you are. We hold that 98.6 degree temperature effortlessly. Again, we don't have to do it. We don't think about it. It holds in us. That is the heat, the fire of life within us, holding us all the time. Nature is constantly embracing us, lifting us, feeding us, giving us rest, giving us drink. giving us every breath we take in. It is giving to us at all times. So take a moment right now and be where you are while I'm speaking to you. Just be in the chair, on the couch, in the bed, standing, walking, whatever you're doing. Just be there and recognize that you are not alone, that life, the natural world, is supporting you and is always supporting you. What a dearness, what a relationship of the near and dear there is between you and nature at all times. There is a two-way flow of love and gratitude that's available for you now. And I invite you to feel your gratitude for her, for the one who's always giving to you. And most of the time, we don't even recognize it or realize it. But that doesn't make it go away. It's always here. The giving is not conditional, it's here for us all the time. And when we get in a position like this, a position of gratitude, where we're aware of the giving and the receiving, the breathing in, the breathing out, the feeling of uh, grace, hopefulness, loving kindness that comes from this continuously being on the receiving end of this love. And that love rises up in us and it wants to go out and give also, because that's our nature. We love to give. And the more we give, the more we receive, and the more we allow her to give to us, receiving and gratitude, the easier it is for us to give. And so we flow into a harmonic convergence with nature and we become one with her. And that's the ultimate way to bring balance on earth, is with this deep love of everything that lives. Everything is a part of this two-way flow of love and gratitude. So I got that message second. The first message I got, I think I'll go into that now, was on the eve of Thanksgiving, would have been Wednesday evening. And this one was a similar, but a little more. It goes into things a little more. And this one I will send out, we will send out in the newsletter. So you'll be able to read this one. So don't feel like you have to take notes or anything. You'll be able to find it right away. And I'm going to read it and go through it with you. And it's, as all things are from the grandmothers, it is experiential. So it's for us to experience, because the grandmothers say, you know, you learn, you hear something and you forget it, you see something and you forget it, but you experience it and you remember it. And so all the teachings they give us are predicated on helping us experience what it is they're communicating. So I'll go through this with you slowly, and you can experience it as we go. And again, don't worry about taking notes because you'll have it in its entirety. And again, they surprised me, and because they shot right into it immediately. They said, let your chest expand now. Let it expand along with your heart. And I watched them as together they took in this deep, deep breath. So let's all parody them in this way, and let's all of us together take in a deep, slow breath. Let yourself fill with light, they said. Let yourself fill with the light of possibility, the light of things as yet unseen. And they said, go ahead and do it. Great good is coming to earth soon, they explained. And when it comes, it will need a place to dwell. Why not in you? They asked. Let it dwell in you. So they began by preparing us for some influx of goodness that they say is coming. They went on. We understand these times that you are presently living in, they said. We know that in the last few years, you have grown accustomed to living with disappointment, with fear and stress. But, they said, drawing out the word, it is not your nature to suffer. It is not your nature to contract your energy. It is your nature to expand. You were born to carry light, to carry a vast amount of light. You are a light bearer. And the time is coming when you will be called upon to really shine, the grandmother said. So start practicing now. Begin to regard yourself as you truly are, the grandmother said. Begin to regard yourself as the great being of light that you are. Don't look at yourself the way the world sees you, not as the quote, limited, unquote, person you've been told you are, but instead see yourself as unlimited potentiality. This is the truth of your being. You are unlimited. You are one with light, one with love. This is who you are, they said, and soon you will come to recognize your own identity and see yourself this way. So why not start today? See this higher, brighter view of yourself. The dark times on earth are beginning to clear away, they said. Yes, they declared when they saw the surprised look on my face. Soon greed and cruelty will be replaced by loving kindness. The change is coming, the grandmothers pronounced, leveling me with their eyes. Look for it, expect it, and each time you catch a glimpse of it, welcome it. Make it a practice to share love with one another, they said. Expect the best for one another and expect the best from one another. Open your heart so you can both give and receive. Just this is me speaking here. Notice how you feel right now. That thought of opening your heart. so you can give and receive, and so you can expect the very best from each other instead of the worst. And so you can expect the very best for one another instead of going into envy and jealousy. The grandmothers say that's possible. You're going in that direction. You can do it. Expect it. It's coming. Where am I? Okay. This is how to light the pathway to goodness on earth. Each of you has a part to play in lighting this pathway, and the time to do it is now. You can help make a home place for goodness. You are a beacon of light. So shine, beacon, shine, they commanded. The presence of love lives within you. Let your actions speak of that, and don't hold back. Step forward now and start giving. Love and serve. Serve and love. Be brave, the grandmother said. Each day, step into action and perform a generous act of some kind. Go out of your way for others. Greet them from your heart. They're saying, when you see them, really see them and let them know that you have seen them. Care for them, love them. Let love grow roots inside you. Let it radiate out from you. Fertilize that love. Take care of it. Express it. Live it. You, the grandmothers said, are our hands. You are our voices. You are our hearts here on earth. So speak the truth, but in a kindly way. Do good and allow yourself to be the love in action that you were born to be. It's time for you to take a step forward now and offer something beautiful to life. Do this every day, the grandmother said, and then they laughed joyously. We remind you, they said, that your hands are our hands and your love is our love. So we will be right there with you, speaking and acting through you. And that's what the grandmother said. So notice what you're feeling right now as you reflect on all that. See, the grandmothers are never fooled by us. They know us cold. They absolutely see through us, and they see the great beauty in us. We can bullshit ourselves with, oh, I'm not worthy. I'm so inferior. Oh, I'm so ugly. Oh, I'm so old. Oh, I'm so tired. Blah, blah, blah. We can do that, but they see who we are, and they don't let us off the hook. They call us forth into that. Come on, they say, come on, step up. Let's go, let's go. So think about this. And I'd like you to really think about, how can you put that love into action? What is a natural way, a good way for you to do that? The council met for a couple of minutes just before we started today. And Nadia, you were saying that you were thinking of going over to the nursing home near you and singing through the windows, singing carols through the windows to the people there. I love that. Love that. So many wonderful things, some of them very, very small. That, you know, the simple thing of when you say hello to someone or good day or good afternoon, that you look at them and you say it and you mean it. I wish you a good day. I wish you a good afternoon. Or if you say to someone, how are you? That you actually care. It's not just a perfunctory air filler, it's how are you? Some of you may want to go further. Some of you may want to start a small Zoom group, a groom zoop, a Zoom group, where you share some of the grandmother's stories. You may share their books or something else, but you do it as a place for people to feel supported and loved and uplifted. We all have something beautiful, beautiful to offer. I think of Mother Teresa saying how she liked to offer something beautiful for Jesus, and how really it is in our nature to share beauty and love. So you might question, you might be curious, you might ask yourself, what's preventing me from doing that? What's what's stopping me? Um, it would be very elucidating to hear what is stopping you, because it is your nature to expand, to bloom, to go forward. That's what we're here for, and that's what we're made of. And nothing makes us happier than loving and sharing love with one another. So these are the times when I wish that we could all just talk to each other and share with each other. We can't all do that, but we could do it with our council here. So I'm just gonna throw this open to, I read a whole lot of stuff there. I'm gonna throw this open to Nadia and Christine and Peg. And if you have anything that's coming up in your awareness right now, let's share it. Nadia, you got something.
Well, hi everyone. Um, what you just mentioned, Sharon, as you were talking, my smile just kept growing bigger and bigger. But what I want to say is that pay attention to the nudges that you're getting, because I was getting nudged several times, and this thought has been in my head for a long time, but I was like, oh, too shy or whatever. And then the other day, the nursing home was asking for fairy lights to, brighten up the mood in the lockdown here. And after a busy day, I was all wired, and I thought, oh, I might as well go find those fairy lights and drop them off. And it was like I was being pushed there. I was being pushed, and they were speaking through me. And I happened next to me was a woman, and she was dropping off clothes for her mom. And I was talking to her until we waited until someone opened the door, and she dropped off the clothes. And I said, well, here are, the lights. And is there an initiative there yet for caroling? And she said, well, I don't know, but, just email us or call us. And I turned my head and I saw the woman who dropped off clothes for her mother, and her eyes grew so bright and happy. And that alone was worth it. Even if the caroling doesn't happen, it lifted her spirits. Yes. So pay attention.
Nadia, is the caroling going to happen?
I think so.
Love you.
Find people to do it with too. Yeah.
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 Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll share something. Hello, everyone. I walk every morning, or most mornings, early. And I have a lovely saying that someone taught me ages and ages ago, and it relates to what the grandmothers are teaching us. And the saying is, when I think of you, or when I think of beauty, love arises in me. And so when I open my door to go out walking in the morning, I say to myself, I open the door of my heart for love to arise. And everyone I greet, I smile and say hello. Now, a lot of people don't want to make eye contact. It doesn't bother me. I just say hello anyway. So they get the greeting and can do with it what they will. The dogs love it. I mean, they are just really waiting for that arising love to greet them with their shining eyes. And tomorrow, here at the Gold Coast in Australia, we have our first physical meeting of the year. And we're meeting by the lake at the back of an arts centre here, where I walk every morning. And I'm just so excited to be able to have us together, to be together in that love arising, and to work with the elements by the water of the lake, with the trees, with the earth, and with the warmth of the sun, because it's very, very warm at the moment. So that fire is right there. So please take that little blessing. When I think of you, love arises.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you. Does anybody else have anything you want to share?
I have a small something, but in my mind, in my heart, it's actually become a big something. Um, my husband Bill and I moved to a new neighborhood almost exactly a year ago, and this neighborhood has a portion that's um, been present for quite a long time, but there are a couple areas of expansion in this neighborhood. So lots and lots of new builds, new homes going up. And that means we have a lot of worker bees all the time, coming and going, doing their various projects. And many, probably most of the workers are Hispanic. And uh, I I just have so much fun when Bill and I are walking our two rescue dogs, Nellie and Bella, who will be so happy to know their names have been mentioned. And uh, since the builds have been going on for such a long time now, I recognize various workers. And so they're driving in their pickup truck to get to the new house that they're working on. And Bill and I are both waving, and the dogs are sniffing and wagging. And some of the guys are just hanging out the windows of the truck to say hello now, because we're friendly faces. We greet them with enthusiasm. And it's so much fun because we do this every day. Now, today being Sunday, there were no worker bees present, and I missed them. So it's just so small, but it seems so big because it brings joy to everybody. It just shrinks the gap between people to just do the most basic things that are enriching to the giver and the receiver. And of course, it's that being is one and the same, but it's just something anybody can do. And so I thought I would share that little fun thing.
Each day, step into action and perform a generous act. Go out of your way for others. Greet them from your heart. Care for them. Love them. Let love grow roots inside you. Let it radiate out from you. Fertilize that love. Express it. Live it. You are our hands. You are our voices and hearts here on earth. So speak the truth, but in a kindly way. Do good and allow yourself to be that love in action that you are. Let's do that. Why not? What the heck? I always have done this exercise with myself if I'm trying to do something new or break an old habit. I think of myself, lying on my deathbed, just about to exit. And I look back on my life and I think, how will I feel if I do this particular thing? In other words, like, how will I feel if I step forward and I'm brave and I act like what I am and I become love in action? Okay, now I'm on my deathbed and I'm about to exit. And I'm thinking, how do I feel if I don't do it? If I say, oh no, I can't, I'm too scared, I won't. And every time it gives me that wonderful kick in the bum that makes me go forward and do it. So if that's helpful, use that little technique. But the point is, the grandmothers see us for who we are, and they see the greatness in us. And they really invite us to see that in ourselves and in one another. And I greet that greatness in you now. Bless you and carry on. Bye bye.